Of course not. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Crafty Toads. It is Tuesday, August 21st. We are coming to you from our backyard today. I am, excuse me, hanging up my phone right now. Turning off the sound. I am Mary Beth. You can find me all over as Mary Beth 494.
And I'm Helen, and you can find me as Helen HG69.
You are about to hear Spike. He is one of our dogs.
He's being very bad
He
today.
is. He is not being a very
bad
good dog.
Tuesday.
Excuse me. So we have two dogs, Spike and
Eat your
Drusilla,
food. Don't sit in it. Eat it.
who are usually at our feet. And we are the hands and minds behind Toad Hollow. You can find that all over as Toad Hollow NJ. I think that's it. Oh, nope, wait. We have a group on Ravelry called the Crafty Toads. You can find that.
We're
on
also
Ravelry.
the Crafty Toads.
Okay. And this is a knitting, crocheting, sewing, all sites of crafty. Oh my goodness, I have something in my eye, so it's like this is just fuzzing over. It's kind of scary. But with my right eye, I'm noticing how tired I look.
I was looking at our channel, our YouTube channel, and I think it's 2 podcasts ago. I'm like,
Thank you so much,
thanks,
YouTube.
YouTube. That was a good choice.
All right. Okay. We are getting back into our routine and rhythm of things because we were away for 4 days in Lancaster, Pennsylvania doing the Lancaster Fiber Festival. So for everybody that stopped by to say hello to us, thank you so much for coming by. It was wonderful to see you. We had somebody come up from Maryland to see us, and somebody come up from Philly, and somebody come up from another part of Pennsylvania, and really thank you guys so much. It was so nice to meet and talk to people.
It was a fun festival, so next
Yeah.
year when they do it, it should be even better.
Okay, so I am putting this out there to any yarn dyers or bag makers or anybody involved in that aspect of it. If they get in touch with you and you want to do it, we did really well.
Yeah.
It was the first year, and we did really well.
It's a pricier show, but you're inside with air conditioning in a convention center, and
Right.
we more than
I mean,
worth the cost of the booth.
First day covered all our expenses and then some.
Yeah.
So I cannot recommend it enough. It was a really great show. And if you are in the area and you want to come and visit it and you see that it's going to be in and around you, please come, because it was small this year, but I think it's going to grow, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
Really good time. We really enjoyed it. So there is that. Also, if you were following us on Instagram, you saw pictures of our Airbnb that we rented, and
Totally lucked out on.
yeah, just really want that house.
Yeah.
Really want that house. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. So we had a good time. It was a little touch and go getting out there and getting back, just because, traveling and packing and stress and all that sort of thing. And of course,
Trailers
pouring down rain when we're driving home.
in the pitch black
In the pitch black, it always,
with no cell service. It was awesome.
it was fun.
On the haunted highway. It was great. My car broke down.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. We were fine. Everybody is fine.
Now.
We got home. We may have left a soul or two down there. And we wouldn't even know if we were being haunted because we had the air conditioning blasting because it was so hot.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it's getting cold. No, it's not. That's just
Just
the air conditioning. So, but
Oh my god. If he's not barking, he's burping.
oh my God, he's so rude. It was a really good time. We had fun.
Yeah.
We really did enjoy it. So, recommend it. Come.
And now, full force ahead for New Jersey Sheep and Wool, which is September 8th and 9th.
Right. Oh, just wait. We're dyeing yarn. We got cool Halloween fabric.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Halloween
Full on,
fabric.
we're
coming
going
out
full
our
on full
ears.
fall for New Jersey Sheep and Wool.
But yeah, we brought back a ton of inventory with us because we really had lots and lots of stuff. So we brought a lot back. The bags are up. Susan, I went in and checked it and checked the right things. There was, for some reason, it wasn't going over to our website. It is now going over. So if you are seeing this, hopefully you will be able, I'm sorry, somebody is now
he's
going
decided
underneath
that he's going right on our feet.
our legs. the bags should be listed now so that you can go over and see them. And yarn will be going up shortly, and we may be doing another short podcast to show the different yarns, because Helen dyed a whole bunch of old favorites to take with us, like Corn Silk and Falling Leaves and Haunted Hayride, and they will be going into the shop. So we will show them to you to let you know. Right, we have 2 giveaways to talk about, and we forgot to bring one of them with us, and Helen had to run get it. So the first one, we were doing a giveaway for the Stand Up to Cancer pattern, the pattern for Stand Up to Cancer socks. The question was, what kind of socks do you like to knit? And the winner is Dueling Needles, who is Rhonda. She likes, her go-to is French vanilla cappuccino socks with a fish lips kiss heel. The pattern for the sock is by CC Almond. So Rhonda, please send us a message. I am pretty sure you are one of our customers, and I don't need your address, but just let me know.
We need your Ravelry name because it's a digital download. So.
I have her Ravelry name as Dueling Needles.
Oh, okay.
Because we picked it from Ravelry.
We can just send it.
Right, so I don't need your address. I don't know what I'm talking about. The sun is getting to me. Pay no attention to me. Rhonda, I am going to be delivering that into your mailbox coming up soon. Okay, so then our second giveaway is going to happen coming up.
Yes.
Go ahead.
This is our second giveaway.
Look at that.
Isn't that beautiful?
You get a tube of wrapping paper.
We are currently reading The Night Circus for our book club, and we are collaborating with Dogstar Knits, Jake and Ray from Dogstar Knits. And this was Jake's, this is what he dyed for The Night Circus.
It is so beautiful.
It is, it's gorgeous.
It came in, and I said to Helen, you know, because we bought this to do as a giveaway, and I said to Helen, you know, with our 2 skeins, we could just keep it and make a sweater out of it.
Oh, the third,
or a really
yeah.
big shawl.
Yeah.
But then we decided to be responsible podcasters and do what we were actually planning to do with it, which is we will give it away.
I mean, we purchased it, so we can do what we want with it. Anyway, it's called Le Cirque de Rêve. It's 80% superwash, 20% nylon, and 100% magic.
It is so beautiful.
It is gorgeous. So we are going to set up a thread in our Ravelry page. And we will have a question there that you need to answer. And
shall we tell them what the question is? Because we know what it is.
Are we going to do that?
Yep.
Because you have to have read the book.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So the question is, what is your favorite tent in the circus? So you are going to have read the book to take part in this. But this is part of our book club, so I think it's fair that it be for people who have read the book.
Okay.
So even if you're not, doing anything with the book club as far as us is concerned, but you've read The Night Circus, leave an answer.
You will understand the question.
Yep. So what is your favorite tent? That will be the question. We will set it up.
Yep.
And leave it there. Okay?
So, and next podcast, no.
End of October, end of August?
Labor Day weekend we'll do it.
Okay.
So, Labor Day weekend we will pick a winner.
Okay. So, lots of time. There's 2 weeks.
Actually,
2 whole weeks.
There's really not a lot of time at all. It's less than 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks yesterday.
2 weeks. 2 weeks minus 1 day. It's
Which
2
means
weeks.
that it's 2.5 weeks to New Jersey Sheep and Wool.
You know what? It is going to be, there's no way we're going to do it on time, so it's 2 weeks. And yeah, we have just under 3 weeks till New Jersey Sheep and Wool. No panic here. None at all. What are you drinking?
Water.
I'm drinking Queen of Tarts tea. Queen of Hearts tea. No, Queen of Tarts. Queen of Tarts.
Are you having a stroke?
I am. I don't think I am. Well, she is the Queen of Hearts.
I know,
but it's the Queen of Tarts tea. David's Teas. Queen of Tarts. Love it. Why don't you talk about your FO? I'm going to drown myself in tea.
I have a couple FOs and very few whips, so I will do my FOs in between your whips.
Okay.
I was knitting hats for samples for Lancaster, because we are selling hat kits where you get a skein of yarn and a pom-pom to make your own hat. This is the Hyde Park hat by Tristan Molina, and I used a skein of our Silky Toad with a skein of Harry Toad, every single time we podcast, they are doing their landscaping. Anyway.
Part and parcel of being outside. Or inside.
Or inside. But it's held double with our Harry Toad mohair. And I love it. I love knitting the hat. It was so much fun with the cables and the baubles. So, and it's get a fun little pom-pom that I did not put on properly.
Oh my
We are professionals.
We are such a mess. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, go ahead. Go for it.
This is a fun faux fur pom-pom that we got. That I tied on with a bow. I didn't weave it in at all. So.
Evidently, you have to go back to kindergarten for your tying skills.
No, it's tied. It just came through the hole. I had to weave it in.
Okay. You didn't, oh, what, did you put both strands through the same hole?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I would have put one through.
I was doing it in a rush.
Yeah, no, well, that's why I'm saying your tying skills. Okay, so what yarn did you use? You said that you used our silky yarn, but what yarn?
Oh, well, it's Care Paravel.
So she used a skein of Care Paravel and then a skein of what?
Cobweb.
Cobweb for the...
But the Care Paravel was like a one-off. So.
Right, but it's a purple. And then the Cobweb is a very, very light purple with specks of color,
okay, so
you can see.
The specks of color that you see in the hat are from the mohair.
Are actually from the mohair, which that's what I wanted to point out, which is really, really cool, is that even though the main color of the yarn was like a light purple, the mohair is what's giving it the pops of color.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool.
Yeah. And it was really, I thought I was going to get twisted strands and all that. It was really very simple holding, and there were only 1 or 2 stitches where I realized that I had only grabbed one strand. When I was knitting.
Okay.
So, really, piece of cake holding it double.
Cool.
And then the result is tremendous.
So pretty.
So,
really love it. All right, my first whip. I don't have any finished objects. I just have whips because I'm just working on a whole bunch of different things. My first one is one of my crochet blankets. I am doing this. Nope. Just blowing. I am doing this with Premier Home cotton yarn. It is, I'm pretty sure it is 100% cotton.
I think there's nylon in there.
Oh, do we think it is? Oh yeah, cotton blended with polyester means projects stay brighter, dry faster, and last longer. So it's 85 cotton, 15 polyester, and I am using all this kind of colors.
Oh my God.
So this is how it is right now.
So psychedelic.
Really? You think so?
Oh, in camera, it looks so 60s psychedelic. It looks like it should be on the back seat of a VW bus.
Okay, well,
I love it.
I'm thinking that
it's not.
It's showing up brighter than it, because they're kind of
pastel.
pastel-y.
But here, I'll hold it up. You look on the thing.
Okay, so
doesn't it look like it belongs on the back seat of a
oh yeah,
VW
kind of
bus?
Anyway, this is going to be a blanket that I throw over my bed as like a decorative blanket, or over the back of a couch, that kind of thing. I am doing, it's a granny square, and I'm doing 3 doubles in each one, and then a chain in between, and then your standard corner for your square. I am using, I'm pretty sure it's a 4.5 millimeter hook, and each row around is one full color, and I'm just repeating them haphazardly. I'm not doing them in any particular order. I have decided, we got these on sale at I think AC Moore. They were down to 99 cents, and I got a bunch of each color. So I figure what I'm going to do is when I finish up the colors, that's it. The blanket will be done.
I mean, right now it's a really nice lap blanket.
It is. So anything that goes, because I had originally thought that I wanted to basically, since it's from here's the center where my finger is pointing out, from there to here, I wanted to double that again, but I'm not going to have nearly enough yarn, and I want to keep going on other blankets and getting them done. So what I think I'm going to do is I have either one
very good
skein.
cake.
It's going to be even better when I'm done. Either one skein or 1.5 skeins of every color, so that I will just finish up the yarn and then it'll be done. And it will be really, really pretty, because right now it's perfect to go over. I have a twin size bed. It's perfect to go over the bed. It's
Just
not
cover
enough.
the top, yeah.
Yeah, it's not enough to be like a blanket that it covers all of you, but to be the decorative thing on top of my white comforter, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And as you can see, I have to take care of all my ends. I don't have to do a lot of weaving in as far as the ends are concerned, because I magic knotted everything and then crocheted it into like one or two stitches. So for the most part, what I need to do is just go through and snip the ends. But yeah, no, it's really, I really, really enjoy it. I love the colors. I love the way each of the colors has white
It's a little marled, yeah.
marled into it, so that it's not like full on in your face orange. It's more of like a creamsicle orange type of thing. So yeah, no, I really, really, really like it. So that's what I have been working on in the mornings.
She even dragged it to Lancaster with her.
I did. I took it to Lancaster and I actually worked on it a couple of days. So that's where I am. That's my whip. All right. I have 3 more. Do you want me to do one more and then you go?
Sure.
Okay, sorry, I'm tucking everything in because I don't want to lose my hook. My second whip that I'm working on are my Fairy Lights socks by Helen Stewart. I am doing these on size 2 needles, 2.5 needles?
US 2.
US 2 needles. I am doing magic loop. I have 64 stitches that I've cast on.
I have 64 inches.
60. Oh my God. Okay. The only place I have deviated is I did 2 at a time heels. They're the garter short row heel that Knit Pearl Hunter does. I did those so that I could do them 2 at a time on the needle rather than doing the gusset and the heel flap that the pattern called for. Besides, I really love the garter heel.
I love the feel of the garter
stitch heel.
Yeah.
I really, really like it. So not only is it easy to do, I really enjoy the feel of it. I started...
I'm getting the itch to start knitting socks again.
I know, it's full.
Yeah, it's like...
I started with Poison Pokeweed as my top, and then the balls got so tangled up that I got to a point where I could not untangle it.
Love them together.
So what I did was I added our TNNA colorway to it.
Which is striping, which is kind of cool.
Striping. I just noticed that in the cat. I didn't notice it while I was doing it, but it is striping. I added these because I wound up cutting the yarn for the Poison Pokeweed, and as Helen mentioned, I think on the last podcast, I could have wound it into 2 different balls, but that didn't occur to me. So I went over to a different color altogether because that makes so much more sense. However, I really, really love the way it looks.
Which you have now split into 2 balls, right?
So then I had this one that I was doing the front, taking from the outside and taking from the inside, and I think it may be the heel that does it. By the time I was done the heel, I was so tangled that I wound up breaking the yarn yet again on one, and I wound it into 2 different balls. So I now have 2 different, this was the original cake, and here's the ball that I went, which is going to be, I think, I'm really hoping, but it should be more than enough.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to do the foot.
Right.
It's not like you've got a big foot. So
I have a tiny foot, so I have my 2 little balls that I
they're
am
all
doing.
tied together, so you can just tie it up again.
I know. There are going to be so many different knots in this thing anyway, it doesn't matter. But, so I have my 2 different balls of TNNA that I am now, and I think what I'm going to do from now on is wind the yarn into 2 different cakes.
Yep.
And just go with it that way so I can do my 2 at a time without worrying about getting tangled. Because it is so much easier to untangle when you have 2
I'm kind of
separate
looking
things.
forward to starting a set of Felici where you just take the 250-gram balls and
do them, yeah. That is where I am with this. So, Helen Stewart, I would say I turned the heel and I've just started the foot. So, 2 more months I should be done about that. since I started these, I think no, I started them more recently than that. It was in February. I passed these on a little bit.
I don't know.
I don't know. It might
Probably
have been
February
February.
because we kind of stopped knitting socks in February.
Might have been February. I don't know.
Drusilla is inside because she does not like. Drusilla's not an outdoors dog at all.
Drusilla's a very contrary dog right now.
And so she's inside. Spike is outside. Drew wants us inside. She does not want to come outside and be with us. She wants us inside. Hence the barking.
We are just, as I said, we are slowly getting back into our rhythm. These guys were with us. They were, it's just, they were out of their element in a different place. They were really, really, really good, but out of their element and in a different place. And everybody just needs a little bit of time to get back into it until, we hit September, and then I just kill them. Go for it.
No, do not say that.
Well, not kill them, but just, completely take them off their axis.
Yes.
All right, go for it. What do you got?
Okay, so my next finished object, and essentially whip, because nobody saw this on the podcast, is my other hat. This is the Snoqualmie hat by Andrea Mowry, with again one of our faux fur pom-poms, which is much more secure. And this is knit out of DK.
I'm going to let her out. So, okay, excuse me. Okay, you go ahead. You keep going.
So it's knit with DK yarn, and it's got this hat was so much fun to knit. It's got fun textures. It's got a different brim than your standard 2x2 rib. There's brioche, which I've never done before.
And you are now a master
And
of?
I'm now a master of, because there's my brioche section right there. And then more texture. So, and it knit up so fast. I love this hat.
That is a very cool hat.
Yeah. And I haven't even blocked it, so this is how big it came out.
That looks like a really warm, fun hat.
Yeah. So I cannot recommend this hat enough. Just so much fun to knit. Knits up quickly. Uses a pretty DK yarn.
What color was it?
This was Eureka.
Okay.
It was again
An older color.
an older color.
But we do have another one, Tanta, that is very similar.
Yeah, a little bit darker. But so, and it just goes with the pink pom pom. So, love this hat. I think I will knit more of these.
Of the Snoqualmie?
Yeah, I just had so much fun knitting it.
Cool.
So, and I do. I'm not a huge fan of the look of the two-color brioche. I don't know, and I think maybe it's also the neon colors that you sometimes see it in. But I like the look of the brioche stitch, and I love the feel of it. It's a squishy, fun.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a
stitch.
squish.
So, I will not shy away from brioche.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. My next project.
Halfway out.
My next project is my roulotte shawl that I am doing by Chanel Wu, who is Piper Nell. She designed this for our store, for our yarn. Her colors that she did were very, very bright and very, very distinctive. And
because we gave them to her.
I chose to go completely the opposite direction, and I am going with something very, very muted.
Speaking of contrary.
Yes. However, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We got so many comments on this shawl.
I was wearing it in the convention center at one point and sold quite a few of them just by
I was going to
wearing
say,
it.
Chanel, if you are watching this, we will be sending you money because we sold a bunch of them. Also, we got quite a lot of comments from people just because they saw it and they had to come over and see what it was. So it is a showstopper. But this is where I am. I started with our Fairy Mouse colorway.
So the Fairy Mouse is the yellow, right?
Yes, the Fairy Mouse is going to be the yellow.
And
Then
then
I went
this
into
is-
Eleutheramania, but
where
I
you
went
are
into
now.
a very light Eleutheramania. Excuse me. I went into a very light Eleutheramania so that it is very, very muted. My next color is going to be our Vagabond color, and that is going to be the green.
Right here. Yeah,
And
that's
then
it.
my last color is Orcas Island, and that is going to be the pink. So
So
this,
what's the purple?
The purple is the Eleuthermania,
Oh, right. Okay.
the green.
Okay.
So this is what it is going to be like all together. As I said, very light, very muted. However,
gorgeous.
it is just stunning. So this is where I am so far. I am in, I'm finishing up the mosaic, the first part of the mosaic. I'm finishing up the first part, and then I'm about to go into the long piece of the other mosaic. It is so much fun to knit. It really is. It is just a joy to spend time knitting. When I first added the second color and I was doing the mosaic, it's all slip stitches. I had to take back the first 3 rows a couple of times just because I was doing it at the wrong time. I was tired and I was getting my counts wrong. But now, I think I'm on track.
Once you get into the rhythm, it's kind of like, and you go a certain distance, like, oh, that's not right.
Right.
And you can
And
take
you
out just
know.
a couple stitches.
Yeah, it's and you are knitting in an I-cord bind off on one side so that that's already done. This side is not an I-cord bind off because you are going to come along and pick up all these stitches to do the next part. However, I will do that when I reach it. Right now, I am just really, really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I love
Fun
it.
construction too.
It is, and it's different. It's so different. You know, it's not every other shawl you see where it's just straight garter stitch with a little bit of lace thrown in or something like that, which I love. I am not denigrating that at all because you know how I feel about Helen Stewart and some of the other designers out there. This, though, is just off the charts different.
Yeah.
So, really enjoying it. We have kits available for sale in our store. We bring them with us to the shows. However, other than that, that is the only place you can get it right now. I believe it will be out for general public, I think in October, but until then we have exclusive rights to it. So that is the roulotte shawl. I am doing them on size 8 needles. She calls for a size 6. However, as I've mentioned before, I am a tight knitter, so I tend to go about 2 sizes higher for my needles. And I am holding this in one of our fold over bags. However, I have got so much stuff in here, I can't fold it over anymore, so it is now just a regular project bag. Okay, next.
My one and only whip. I am working on my blanket and my sweater, but there's not enough to show any interest to them. So the other thing I've been working on is my mixology shawl by Casapinka. And the last time I showed it, I was just finishing up this first mix section. So now I have the purple and the orange together.
Oh my god. It is so pretty.
And this is just going to be like an asymmetrical rectangle.
Does she have a picture of it?
And the colors I am doing right now are the Tsukiko's Cloak and a gift from Chandresh. So they're the mixing that's going on in this section here. And
this
then
is what it is going to look like.
yeah. So then I'm just about done. I have 2 more rows of this section. And then I go into a couple sections of these 2 separately, not mixed. And then I'm going to go into a section where I'm mixing these 2.
Oh my god. Well, that's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
That is going to be absolutely gorgeous.
So, and then my final is going to be
Oh my god.
these 2.
Ow.
So I love this shawl.
It is so pretty.
And again, slip stitches. It's like a mock linen stitch. And it's got a fun texture to it. Love the colors.
Spectacular.
Yeah,
Oh my word.
love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Which
That's
is
the
the
right
front?
side.
That's the front?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. I like that stitch. That's really pretty.
It is. It's a nice flat stitch.
Yeah.
So it's more
But
like
I love the V.
like a woven scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
So
V is,
pretty.
is where you're deviating from the linen.
Huh.
So,
Very, very nice.
yeah.
I also like this lace down here.
Yeah, it's straight.
That is a
yarn
very-
over eyelet, yeah.
But you have a very, very nicely defined eyelet lace.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You know, you've got some nice, neat stitches there.
Yeah.
So it looks very defined. Cool. Bit of a leaf.
So that's just my whip. I picked up my sweater again
Don't forget that.
yesterday. So hopefully I'll have more of that to show next time. And then I'm working on my granny square blanket, but it's just,
Adding colors.
yeah, it's not.
It's getting big.
And it's so big that you can't even, I mean, I've gone around maybe 2 or 3 times. It takes me so long to go around now.
Right. My next whip is in one of our train cases. This is our new bag that we debuted at Lancaster. We will have them at New Jersey Sheep and Wool, and they are online. However, there are only a few of them because they take a little while to make.
And we sold a lot at Lancaster.
Yeah. My whip is the project we are making for the book club. This is, excuse me. I appear to be choking. The
First
gradient.
a stroke and then a choke.
Gradient Band Cowl by Joji Locatelli. And we are doing this out of our colors for the night circus.
It's
So
going to look very familiar to what I just held up.
I know. The main color is Tsukiko. And then I have Le Cirque de Rêve,
Circus of Dreams.
the Circus of Dreams, the Wishing Tree, the Carousel, and Open That Which Is Closed.
Chandrush.
Chandrush. Sorry. Okay. And then Open That Which Is Closed. So 5 minis and 1 main color. This is where I am. Okay, so this looks a little wonky and there's an explanation for that. Anyway, here is how far I am. I went through, the pattern calls for you to do 9 sections of the same thing, where you do the same certain number of rows 9 different times
In the main color.
in the main color, and then you start adding in the lace. I got bored, so I decided to add in colors. So I added in my lace here because I figured, you know what, whether
It's a
it's
circular cowl, so
Right.
whether you start at the beginning,
or if
you
I'm
graft
picking
it
up
at the
in the
beginning
middle,
or in the middle.
it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
So-
So
I have added in my colors. And what I am doing is you do 2 repeats of the lace in each of the colors, except this one, because of course I was not paying attention and added in the next color, so I'm going to work around that. But, so here is Tsukiko's cloak, then you go into a gift from Chandrush. Here is the Circus of Dreams. This is the Wishing Tree knit up, and I have just added in the carousel. And then I will have Open That Which Is Closed after that, and then I will do another block of the main one, and then I will do another set of the lace parts.
Oh, you're going to do
again.
the colors again.
I'm
Okay.
going to do the colors again.
Cool.
So it will be a little bit more broken up than in the one that Joji did. However, that's
more color. Yeah.
That's me, you know. So I like it very, very much. I like the way it's coming out. Doing the main body part does get boring after a while because it's a lot of garter, and then you throw in a row or 2 of lace, and then it's another 40 rows of garter. So you're only working with 78 stitches, so it shouldn't take that long,
Right.
but it's just a little bit blah. So what I do is
You do
it's
your
great
requisites, just rows, and then move
Well-
on to the roulotte.
for this, it's great to do in the car if I'm doing something like that, you know,
Yeah.
where I'm in that section. Right now I'm in the lace section, so that's a little bit more. So right now I'm in the lace section, so that's
now
a
we
little bit
have-
more.
Like 5 blowers going.
So I'm doing the lace, and it's a little bit more. It needs a little bit more attention, which is something that I enjoy. So it's good. It's very, very good, and I love the way it's turning out. I can't wait to see the finished object.
Yeah.
Yeah, it called for a professional cast on, and that you do a crochet provisional cast on. Mine are so loose. My stitches are so loose that it's gonna be very easy to pick it up. So
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that. Okay, that is my last whip.
Okay.
Sun is getting warm.
Yes, it is. And it's getting loud.
Yesterday was such a gorgeous day. It was in the 70s and the wind was blowing. It was just absolutely spectacular. Really gorgeous. Okay, so we have a couple of things to go over. Yarn of the Month Club. We are doing the Year at the Museum. I have July and August to show. Everybody should have received them by now.
Yeah.
So you should be. If you haven't gotten it, please let us know, because we did have one person who had gotten it for a couple of months, and we realized it after the fact, and we fixed it and gotten it worked out. But yeah, really, that shouldn't happen. So July we did Norman Rockwell,
Right.
and it was a girl reading the Post. And this is what we came up with. So it's got some gold and a little bit of orange and a little bit of gray, very little bit of gray, and creamy background and hints of pink. I think this is so pretty.
Yeah.
So pretty. So that's July. Do you want to do August?
Yep. August was the Water Lilies by Monet. And this was what we came up with. So you've got greens and purples and pinks. So that's
Love
August.
that.
Yeah.
And then September is the School of Athens by Raphael. We decided to do a Renaissance painting. And September, going back to school, we thought it was very fitting. So it will be the School of Athens. We have sent out our inspiration cards, and we will put it up on the website, that you can see what is going to be our next colorway.
So you can purchase it through the end of the month.
Yeah. So there is that. And then trying to think whether there was anything else yarn-wise. Okay, so do you want to talk about that?
So what was it, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Well, it was over 3 because we did it when we were at home.
Right. Okay. So about a month ago, Pom Pom Quarterly put out a teaser for the next magazine, which was this picture. And this sweater is just so spectacular that we immediately went and purchased the next couple issues of
I was
Pom
going
Pom
to
Quarterly.
say, we did not get, the next issue. We got the entire year.
Oh, did we get a whole year? Okay. So we went for the whole year. So this just arrived yesterday. This sweater, look at this sweater. It's called the Moon issue. And I'm so excited that they put this out and we just impulsively got it. It's such a fun magazine.
They have got so many things in there.
So many patterns. I mean, look at, you got a moon dust hat
And mitts.
and fingerless mitts.
That one has mitts.
Right. Then there's,
We shouldn't show all of it, just because if people are getting it, how much fun we had opening it and finding it. So show the one that you really love.
this one also was on Instagram, so I'm not giving anything away.
It was just, we opened it and we were just going through it and going, oh my God, I love this. Oh my God, I love this. So
This is called the Sky Map. So you knit up a scarf in mohair.
I was going to say in mohair.
And then you embroider on the night sky, however you choose, which I just think is such a brilliant idea. I'm not sure I want to knit that much stockinette in mohair, but I might. I
I'm
love
thinking
the
of
end
doing
product.
it in mohair and
silk,
fingering.
yeah.
Either silk or our regular fingering.
I'm
but-
curious to see because it's the stitch definition is beautiful, and I don't think of the mohair having enough
Wait to
weight
do that?
to do that. So I'm going to be very interested. I'm intrigued enough to try it in the
Okay.
mohair first. So I will
It
save the
has
others.
So many.
Yeah.
There's one sweater. There are 2 sweaters actually
Yeah.
that I really want
And
to
there's
make.
a fun cowl, and then there's a set of mittens I'm going to make. So if you've not bought Pom Pom Quarterly yet, because I'm pretty sure that the internet exploded when they put this sweater up.
Yeah.
And that we were not the only ones that went on and bought. But if you haven't bought it yet, it is well worth
Right.
the money. Because there are articles, there's all the patterns, there is a fun little moon project to do, there's moon set pancakes, so
Yeah, no, it's cool.
lots of fun.
Very, very. At Lancaster, we got a couple of things. We were very good. We did not buy yarn, but I did get a couple other things. I wandered around while Helen was manning the booth and spent money.
She just left with all our cash and kept coming back with little piles.
So one of the things I got
I love mine so much, I left mine in the car.
was this bag that is going to be absolutely perfect for going in and out of New York because it's the right size to put your phone and a small wallet with some credit
You
cards
could
and a
even
little bit
fit
of
a pair
money.
of socks in here.
Probably
I
could.
mean, a knitting project.
The only thing I would worry about is the needles coming through.
I think with the felt, it should be okay.
It's a felted bag.
Plus, I know
This is
somebody
the
who
back.
makes needle protectors.
Yeah. And it's got a leather cord. So and it's the right length to just go over my shoulder and sit on my hip. It's perfect. So I got this, and then I got one for Helen too that has a crow on it, but she left it in the car. And
This is how well I take care of my things.
then we got I got a candle that was mint and rosemary, which is really
Yeah.
very, very nice. Got that. I got a little pad for writing down what we're doing each day. I got this, Natural Household Cleaners. This was from the Lancaster Museum, and it talks all about using natural items for your cleaning products, which I was very interested in. And then there was a lady next to us who had wool felt quilting, which is really, really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
Really dangerous.
Yeah, we showed up to set up our booth and it's like, oh, well, that's going to be dangerous.
That's going to be a problem. We were a little bit restrained with it because, well, let's see.
I was going to say, were we?
No. We were a little bit restrained because there were a couple more that I wanted to get. But here's the thing. We started doing the 100-day project. Guess what happened? We didn't make it to 100 days. Then we
We
started
made it
doing.
to day 20, which was really good.
Then we started doing the 100 days of quilting.
Oh, you're doing the 100-day project. We did not make it to day 20 on the 100-day project.
100 days of quilting, which we talked about, showed a bunch of the
That we made to
squares,
day 20.
got a whole bunch of people doing it with us, and then we stopped because we're terrible.
And I knew, I kept saying to her, we got to pick it up, otherwise we're never going to go back to it.
And it just
So I have learned I'm not good with long term.
the number 100 does not work with us because obviously
Give
that's
me
the
5,
problem.
and I can probably do it.
But we got a couple of things that just we couldn't leave there. So we got this. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we got this for our sewing room because I'm going to move it up closer so you can see the sewing machines and everything.
These are patterns.
Yeah,
No kits, just the pattern.
right, because we have tons of stuff. And then we got these that are for little pillows that they call them bowl fillers. Okay, so
Phone call.
do they not know we're podcasting? I mean, come on. Anyway, so,
So anyway, what I was saying is if you don't stuff them and they're flat,
right,
they're flatter, they'll be really fun ornaments.
right. So I thought, this is going to be something fun for us to do.
Yeah.
And they're great ornaments to give to like the boys because they're not breakable, so they could have a set of ornaments that are theirs, that sort of
Yeah.
thing. And I love snowmen. I really love snowmen. So we got those. We are going to add them to the pile that we got from the quilt show.
Yeah.
And
Eventually, one day
we will do them.
we will find the 25th hour in the day.
Right, and we will make it.
Yeah.
Do you know, we were at the show and this lady was walking by and she's looking at the yarn and everything and she said, you know what I need to buy is time. And I said, well, when you find the person who's selling that, please let me know because I'm with you on that. So, okay. So that was our haul from Lancaster. As I said, we were very good. We did not buy any yarn and we did not buy any fabric.
Right.
Watching
Oh, while we were in Lancaster, we found Insatiable on
Netflix.
Netflix. This is totally inappropriate, but very, very fun.
Yes. This is, inappropriate is the word. Oh my God, it's so hysterically funny. It
So
really
if you're
is.
into inappropriate funny,
Yeah.
give Insatiable a try.
Check it out. Look it up and make sure it's the type of thing for you. But oh my God, it's so
Yeah.
good. So good. The people that are in it are so funny. So good. Really enjoying that. We are watching Making It, which we mentioned on the last episode. So, and then what else? Reading? What are you reading? You've been reading a lot.
Yeah, I've read a couple. I finished up The Paris Winter by Imogen Robertson,
I wrote them down so we could get the authors' names.
which was a really fun book. It's a historical fiction. It's Paris 1909, 1910. And female artists just at the end of the Impressionist period in Paris. So it's just about the end of the era of the, the damsel in distress and, the damsel realizing that she can take care of her damn self.
Excellent.
So, and a fun mystery plot. So that was good. And then I did H is for Hawk by Helen MacDonald, which was really very, very good. I mean, that was on the bestseller list when it first came out. But it's a woman in England who, after her father died, she got a hawk. And it's all about hawking and falconry and the sport of hawking and hawks in general. Beautiful, beautiful birds, but, they're killers.
Yeah.
So I found that very interesting. Wasn't sure to begin with that I was going to like it so much, but really it stuck with me.
Cool.
So, very good. And then I also done a lot of reading. The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry by Rachel Joyce. And that was recommended by a booktuber that we watched, Jen Campbell. And that was just a lot of fun. It's about a guy, an older gentleman. He's retired. Finds out a good friend of his is dying of cancer, and he goes out to the post box to send her a letter because he's in the south of England and she's in the north of England, and he just keeps walking. So he goes out to the mailbox and just keeps walking, and he ends up, it's his pilgrimage to go see her. And his hope is that as long as he's walking, she will stay alive and wait for him. So it's an unexpected book and a lot of fun.
Okay.
You?
I have been reading David Baldacci, and I have been working my way through 4 or 5 of his books. So I went through those. And I am enjoying them. However, they are a certain type. If you like Lee Child or that kind of thing, it's a male detective with the FBI, and there's a little bit of gruesome that goes with it, but I think they're good. I really do like them very, very much. Right now I am listening to Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel because Helen said that I should listen to it, and I have to tell you, I've just made it through the first part, and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen, and I'm like, okay, I was not expecting that. So yeah, I am enjoying that. I really like it.
It has a very different opening.
Yeah.
Because the book goes in a totally
Far out way.
different
Yeah.
direction than you ever expected.
So no, I am enjoying it very much. I like that. I am reading, right now I am reading The Black Mage, is it?
Yes.
The first year, but is it The Black Mage, the first year?
I think the Black Mage series.
Okay. I'm sorry, I did not write that one down. But that's the one I'm reading at night, and it's about a school of magic. And how you train to be either a combat mage or a healer or something like that. So, again,
As good as
interesting.
recommended?
No,
Okay.
it's not one that I'm going to. I can't even remember.
Okay.
The actual absolute title of it. So it's interesting. I'm enjoying it, but it is not something that is going. It's probably going to be a 4-star rather
Okay.
than a 5-star.
Okay.
I think that's the best way to put it. It's enjoyable, but not that the be all end all. So
I'm reading Caraval, which is very good.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
like a 5-star book.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to read that one. yeah, no, it's lots and lots of reading. And we are getting quite a bit done because we are listening to it from our library app, Libby, while we're working. So while we're sewing and dyeing, we're listening to books so that we're actually getting a lot more done.
And we also bit the bullet and joined Audible. So.
We did. So, and that is where we are getting our next book. This is the book that we are listening to together as we are driving. And that is The Rules of Magic by Alice Hoffman. And it is actually the prequel to Practical Magic.
Right.
And we are really, really liking it. Really liking it a lot. Not much of like a plot.
It's all character.
It's all
a character thing. Yeah.
But really cool. And I like the person who's reading it very, very much.
Yes.
So that we are enjoying. That's a good one. Helen mentioned that we had heard about the pilgrimage of Harold Fry from a booktuber. We saw Tilly Trout put up something that one of her favorite booktubers had put up a new episode. And if you are interested in fairy tales at all, you have to go find Jen Campbell. She is Jen, V as in Victor Campbell. She's on YouTube, and she has it now on iTunes also. Her Audible ones are on iTunes. However, part of what she does is she looks at the stories and the history and the real people behind fairy tales. It is fascinating. If you are interested in fairy tales at all, it is absolutely fascinating. I mean, to hear the real story of Hansel and Gretel and what it was and everything. Oh my God.
Snow White
it's just so, and she looks at,
they clean those things up.
Seriously. So she takes it from like the first one, and she also talks about the stories that are very similar in different cultures and different religions and that sort of thing, and brings it all together into the one. It's
and I mean, she starts with the original, and then like the middle of the road, and then cleaned up fairy tales, Disney version.
Right.
So.
Because even Grimm rewrote theirs. The Brothers Grimm rewrote theirs several times so that their first one is not the same as their last one. You know? All right. I think the last thing that we have to talk about is the night circus, because we are doing this in conjunction with Ray and Jake, as we said before, and they have been having their weekly discussions about the night circus, and they are taking it step by step through the book and talking about things. And we thought we would take a question or two that's like a book club discussion question and talk about that, because we're coming at it from, we've read the whole book, and it's very difficult to talk about things without giving stuff away because you're not sure where.
Hindsight, and it's hard to give an impression because you now know why things are happening.
Right.
I mean, so you can be linear in the book. It's just you have a totally different perspective knowing what happened
and why it happens. So
I do love the fact that Barbara and Madeline, you guys both read the book.
No, not only them. Leah.
Leah too.
Leah too.
Barbara, Leah.
We had 3 people come up and tell us that they read the book and loved it.
Yeah, and Madeline wasn't quite done yet.
So it's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And I know Carrie's reading it too, from Creative Obsession. She may actually have finished it. So I was reading a review on Goodreads, and the lady said that for the first 250 pages, she wasn't sure she liked the book. And the reason that she didn't like the book, she said, as you're going along, slowly but surely, you realize that the author, Erin Morgenstern, has done that on purpose and is tying everything together. And by the time you get to the end, you're like, wait a minute, that all made sense. And with 2020
and
hindsight...
what I really didn't like about the book is what I love about the book.
Exactly. So she said the book is told from about 15 different points of view. And then there are certain parts where it's as if you are walking through the circus yourself. So there's another point of view. And you focus in on the 2 main characters, Marco and Celia, and those are the 2 that you really pay attention to, because those are the ones that you figure are the main characters. And you're just kind of like, the others are peripheral in your mind until at the end, where you find out that they're all intertwined. And now what
important.
You think is a tiny thread is actually a rope that is all 15 wrapped together, and it's all important. So fantastic book. But she pointed out it's a great book to read the second time around
Yeah.
too, because then
With
knowing the end,
perspective, yeah.
you go in and you're like, oh, now I know what I did that, and now I
And,
know
and,
what that's
and,
happening.
and you're not so focused on what
Right, and what's happening,
and why am I keeping track of this person and
and is it going to actually turn
so
out okay in the end?
You've
and-
relaxed a little bit, and you're just kind of letting all the details wash over you.
Right.
So,
Okay, so what was one of the questions?
which character would you most like to meet?
Okay. I think, now I can't remember his name.
Barris.
Mr. Barris. He is the architect of the circus. He is the actual man who
They give him the idea, and he makes it work.
he makes it work.
He's like the engineer.
That's it. He's the engineer.
Yeah.
He's the one that takes their ideas and makes them into reality. And I think he is the one that I would like to meet. And I think one of the other questions was, who do you think you're most like? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, one of the reasons I would like to meet him is because he realizes that he is a part of a cog in the wheel. Other people in
That's part of the question. So that's the second question.
Okay. So Mr. Barris is the one that I would like to meet. I think he would be fascinating to talk to. And it ties in with the second question, which I will answer later. Okay, go ahead.
I would, Herr Thiessen, the clockmaker, would be mine. He just loved the circus so much, and I think that I would love the circus, and I'd love the intricacies of the clocks and
Oh my God, his
the way his
clocks.
mind works for putting the clocks together, and he was just a nice man.
He
And I
was.
would like to sit down and have coffee with him.
And just because anybody who loves the circus the way he does is a kindred spirit.
Yeah.
Is definitely a kindred spirit. So
So the other question was, do you feel sorry for the people who are essentially trapped in the game and in the circus? Because it's not just Marco and Celia who have, there's collateral damage and the people who are also trapped in. And do you feel sorry for them, or would you mind being trapped in the circus?
okay, so
Because
part
Mr.
of it,
Barris does not mind being
Right.
trapped in the circus.
part of it is you have Marco and Celia who are the two, and then you have certain characters that are helping create the circus that they are working in, and these are the cogs that we're talking about. And Mr.
But
Barris,
I mean, the group of the architects of the circus are trapped because they're not aging,
Right.
and nobody told them,
no, they were unwitting accomplices
right?
to
And nobody
making
told
this.
them that this was going to be, and for some, like Mr. Barris, it was like, my life was bleh.
See,
and
this
now
is why I
get
think
to
I
be
would like to
this.
talk to him and meet him, because he is very much like us.
Oh yeah,
We
because
do not
I
live
fall in the
exciting lives. We do not live, jet-setting lives or anything like that. People do not know us very well. It's that kind of thing where
Drusilla.
it
You
is.
can give your opinion later.
Drew thinks that she is known very well, and she would like to just... Anyway, however, to be a part of something wonderful like that, and then just say, I will accept whatever
Consequence.
consequence it is if
Yeah.
I get to be a part of something beautiful.
Something so huge and beautiful like that. Yeah,
Right.
and I agree that I would not drive me crazy like
No.
Tara Burgess or anything like that. I would just
I think
I would just let it. I would just be so grateful that I got to be part of it.
that's the thing.
So
I think he seemed like such a nice person.
Yeah.
Just a really nice person who just was so grateful to be allowed to be a part of this.
yeah,
You know?
and it's not that his life was blah. It was he lived a normal life, and then he
Right.
got to be part of this spectacular thing, and
To be a part of something like that.
So.
That was very cool. So, love the book.
Yes.
Love. That came out really weird.
we will pick a couple more questions for our next go round.
Yeah.
Because Jake and Marie, I think, have one or two more.
Yeah, and they're really covering the step-by-step going through it.
Yeah.
So for us to do it too, especially coming in knowing everything that happens, it's a little bit difficult. But if you would like to do that, please go over to Dogstar Makes podcast, and they are doing their weekly night circus That will be our next one.
Right.
The Knit Circus.
The Knit Circus, right.
They're doing their weekly night circus talks.
Yep.
And then
And then we are doing one with them at the end.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a Skype, so, which I'm assuming Ray is going to.
set up
And
because
Ray and Jake are gonna set the whole thing up and record it and do the technical stuff. And we
We're
just
not
show
good
up
at that.
because we're good at that.
because you know what I do when I do that with somebody, I lose it.
Yeah.
Sorry, three sisters. We set up several bird feeders and rings of birdseed, which have millworms in them, and the birds are very attracted to that.
Yeah.
So we have quite an assortment coming through right now. It's wonderful. Because I have noticed a definite decrease in mosquitoes and
Yeah.
flies, which I am liking very much. So, all right, we have got to get going because, as we said before, New Jersey Ship Wool is coming up.
Yep.
We have gone over where we are going to be many, many times, so won't do that, but just know September 8th and 9th, Ringo's, New Jersey. Be there or be square.
Yep.
We will be there. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, everybody.
Go forth and knit.
Go forth and knit, and hopefully
And enjoy the rest of the summer.
Yeah, and I'm hoping we
Short.
should be back next week, right?
Yeah.
We're going to try and do
Yeah.
this weekly. We just got off a little bit because,
Well, we only went off 1 week
yeah.
because of Lancaster. That's all.
Right. Okay.
So.
See how good we are? Check us out. All right. Have a wonderful week.
Go forth and knit, everybody.
Bye.